give people a second or two to come in, then we'll start the show.
All right.
All right. Let me check YouTube because that's what I like to do.
Dude, that's a great song. Can they hear it?
Yeah, it's going out, yeah. The song's about a woman who was living in a grocery store sign up above a family grocery store for about a year. And the police came by. They kicked her out, and they found that she was in that sign. She had a Keurig. She had flooring. She had a pantry of food.
The best life.
And yeah, she was living an awesome life, and then she got kicked out.
We're out here struggling. People living above stores, living their best life with coffee.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I didn't mean to curse. But
hey, dude, you can do you, boo.
I'm trying not to curse as much anymore. It's
well,
really,
I respect that. Good luck with that.
I don't like the word blue, but I tend to.
I know that about you. About you.
All right. Let's see. We've got people chiming in. They're signing off. So, okay. Let me make sure everything is good over here. All right. We got that. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's good. Yeah. I think we got some sounds.
I'm excited.
All right. You want to launch it?
Yeah, dude. It's time to doom.
All right.
The strange, the bizarre, the funny, and the sad. In a world of algorithmic nightmares, these are the stories you find when you scroll too long. All the facts, all the absurdity, none of the fluff. This is Doomscrollin with your hosts, Sam Tripoli and Midnight Mike.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. The AI just gets better. Guys, welcome to Doomscrollin, the most educational hour on the internet. You will learn more in this hour than you will in a 4-year education. I promise you that. He's the wizard, Midnight Mike. I'm Sam Tripoli. And got to be honest with you, almost didn't do today, but I'm like, you know what? The Doomers got to doom. We got to do a show. I made it happen. I'm honored to be here with Midnight. How are you, brother?
Doing very well. Very well.
I missed you, buddy. I missed last week. The only time I don't do shows if life is crazy. So here we are. Enough of the talk. Let's spin the wheel.
Let's preface this by letting people know you have no air conditioner.
I have no air conditioner. I am battling the forces of evil right now.
It's insane.
I am sweating as we speak.
Oh man, I'm a fancy boy. I couldn't deal with that. But all right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the wheel of doom to the stage, and here we go. It's gonna happen.
Wheel it. 9,000 is the high score.
The FBI tells NBC News it was some distance from Ground Zero that a civilian found a passport lying on the street belonging to one of the suspected hijackers.
Sir, we found the passport belonging to one of the hijackers, blocks away from the attacker.
Excellent work, Special Agent. Free the 5 dancers at once. Sir, what if someone just planted the passport there?
Heck! Nonsense, you fool. We must invade the entire Middle East.
The indestructible passport is gone. Someone took it.
Who is Passport Man? Did he steal and then reverse engineer the indestructible passport of one of the hijackers?
Wow. What's that? Unveiling the
I'm
unseen?
sorry.
That's okay. And that's a big score right out of the gate.
Oh, 490.
Big score right out of the gate.
Woo.
And the wheel is, listen, the wheel must be mad because it is not messing around. When you come out with that video one, oh my God. Yeah, that was it. That's a crazy story. Passport Man is the hero we need.
Oh my God. All right, we're gonna do it again. Here we go,
Really
people.
spiel out the gate, just kicked you right in the face.
I was almost gonna say video of the day, but it's too soon. You can't do video.
I'm
of the
not
day
afraid. Hit it, dude. Hit it. Why not? Do it.
Video of the day. Great job, guys.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to be sent to protect the Greater Israel Project. So thank you.
Right
Trump.
there. You're being shipped off.
Bang Bang Pow. We're in it. We got Piss. We got Bang Bang Pow. Man, we got the best of the best here already watching. Let's go. Spin, spin, spin.
Have you heard the theory that President Lincoln was assassinated by the Rothschilds?
Oh, yeah.
The Rothschilds, they were basically sold the Confederate banknotes in Europe, so they're supporting the Confederates.
No way.
And because Abraham Lincoln wanted to get rid of the European banking system and make it the U.S. banking system.
The craziest thing about the Civil War that nobody ever talks about was Russia's role in the Civil War. And what happened was that the Russians had just kicked the Rothschilds out, the banking cabal out, and they had heard that, you know, basically they were trying to do the same thing in America. And Alexander, I think it was, actually sent Russian Navy to our borders. And you can actually see pictures of Russian troops with northern troops as well. So, and that's a big reason because Spain and France and Britain were about to come in on the side of the South.
I mean, this is adding up to the Rothschild banking system.
And nobody, some history that will never be told to you.
Don't learn that in elementary school.
Not a chance. That's why.
Yeah, I mean,
all history is a lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's written by the winners, right?
It's written by the winners, and it's there to basically form a group agreement that these people are the good guys and these people are the bad guys, and that's just how it's been done. And when everyone goes, dude, is everything a conspiracy? 100%.
Right. Yeah, dude. Look at Tripoli making an appearance on his own show. That is Ninjas Are Butterflies. They have changed the game. Changed the game. They're the best. And you're going to see a lot of them. We have a bunch of their videos in the wheel today, so you might see them over and over again. Yes, you saw Sam watching Sam.
Little Inception going on. I was going to say it's a little weird, but I kind of like it. It's almost like you're watching a movie with someone who's acting in the movie. It's pretty cool.
You know? We got to get some our Big Dumb Mouse clips on here, dude.
I will see. I will see what I can do. We'll see what happens.
Make it happen, bro. Spin that wheel.
Here we go.
I'm feeling very aggressive today. I feel really good.
Pumped up. We're pumped up. We're really figure this thing out. We're going to win.
The biggest plantation owner in West Africa owns Sabrina Carpenter and Ariana Grande. She's owned by the same people as Drake, Kendrick, Katy Perry, The Weeknd, Jay-Z, Rihanna. They're all owned and controlled by Universal Music Group. Sabrina's early life says that she's a humble Jewish girl from America. She was a Disney actor. Ariana Grande, another child actress, credits Kabbalah for her success. Lucian Grange is the CEO of UMG. Kanye said that Lucian was a puppet master. UMG is majority owned by Vincent Bollorez, whose family comes from the banking Rothschild Goldschmidt dynasty through his grandmother, who worked as a secret service liaison between France and Israel. His father was childhood friends with Edmund de Rothschild and Antoine Bernheim. Bernheim credited as the sole person who built his biggest company. That's the reason he's rich. He owns 39% of Sockfin, which is the company that uses the same plantations as King Leopold and a bunch in West Africa. The other half of the company is owned by his friends from the Fabry family, primary manager of the Belgian bank, and a top shareholder of the Mendelssohn Family Bank. They own 100% of Bolloré Africa, which controls all of the imports and exports in Africa. Do you understand why Ariana Grande never invited me on her music? And what do you think everyone I mentioned has in common?
So that was who I can't read that. That was at
the biggest plantation
at Artists. So it's Art IZT.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she didn't invite him because he put T-Pain for the picture of Jay-Z. But maybe it could be something else. But still, big points, no whammies, dude. Big points, no whammies. Yeah, it's all connected. It's so funny. The spiritual people and the Kumbaya, One Love, they're all controlled by the people who own plantations, dude.
So during his video, he used the smoke detector noise like subliminally in there. And I don't know why he's doing that. Is that some kind of like dog whistle? What's he saying there? I don't know. It was very subtle. You had to hear it, but I have my own over here. But
yeah, I hear that. That's
I don't like to play it very much.
Who knows, dude? Who knows? Who knows? It's very, dude. It could be anything. I just want to say, wide awake. Thank you for the $10. Make you holla. $10. Make you holla. We're already over 1,000.
Holy
moly!
moly.
Of the way there. We're 9th of the way there.
Here we go, people. It's going to happen right here.
You just have to be ready.
He swiped 2 million times. 2,058,000 times. He got 2,000 matches from that, which turned into 1,200 chats, which turned into one date.
What?
Such a system is failing a huge percentage of people. What's the honest advice that someone like him needs?
I would not spend my time discussing what you're doing on the app. I would discuss what you're doing off the app, and if you ever are even off the app. The amount of hours of swiping that you've done, obviously, this is not yielding anything. Why are you continuing? 5 years is an enormous amount of time in your life. I feel sad for you. Have you been with your friends? Do you have friends? Have your friends introduced you to people? Have you gone to places where you are more likely to meet people? If you're trying to park in a space that you can't get in, at some point, don't you go look for another space?
No.
So this is not an indictment of the app. This is not an indictment of this person. This is an indictment of the relationship between us and something that we have been told is going to deliver to us. And when it doesn't deliver, we'd rather humiliate ourselves. A sense of what's the matter here? Why is this not happening? What's wrong with it or what's wrong with me? It's a statement of this thing doesn't work for me and men don't get answered on the app and you get this whole plight. Please try something else.
Yeah, that's great. Not the answer I thought she was going to give, but great answer. Dating apps have been absolutely disastrous for dating. They find that 100% of the women think 80% of the men are not just unattractive, but ugly. So 100% of the women are fighting over 20% of the men. Think about that. I mean,
it's ridiculous, but that kind of makes sense. That they have their pick of the litter, and so they're going to go after the guys that are the most handsome, probably making the most money, and that's not everyone. And so your average guy, maybe in their 20s, barely making ends meet, they're not looking good on a profile. But meanwhile, they may be successful if they just go meet someone at a bar and they can strike up a conversation. And so, yeah, when it's coming to just profiles, they suck.
Well, you always hear women say the only attractive people on the app are women. Well, that's how women attract men, is by beauty. Men tend to attract women by looks, yeah, but there's also other things: sense of humor, drive, ambition, assets, all the other stuff that never, ever comes through on a dating app. So they just sit there and just keep, and so they're all fighting over the guys who just pop on a dating app, and it sucks. Somebody said wood, and if you're looking for a new shirt, check out Tinfoil Hat's Wood Army, dude. Wood Army. Join the Wood Army.
You got a T-shirt that says wood?
Yeah, look at it right there on the screen. Wood Army.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. Oh, here we go. Let me add it. Oh, there we go. Wood Army, guys. Just go to tinfoilhattshirts.com or samtripoli.com and grab your wood shirt. And if you're looking to see me live, I know you are, you can just go to samtripoli.com and grab my tour dates there. There we go. We're going to be, tonight is at Comedy Chaos. That's selling quickly. Grab your tickets. Killer lineup. Who knows how much longer the show will be going. Huntington Beach, Kansas City, Missouri, at one of my favorite comedy clubs, the Kansas City Comedy Club. Chicago, Illinois, September 12th and 13th. Then we got Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then I'm headlining the big room at the Fat Man at the Comedy Mothership. I will be there Thursday night as well because I'm doing Rogan. And then Skankfest. Where can they find you, my good friend?
Just the only place that they need to go to find me is obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com. But
look at this website. Stunning. Good looking.
Yeah, it's got links over there. I'm over there on Twitter at obdmpod posting up crap. So
check it out. Check it out. All right, guys. Let's spin the wheel.
Here we go. We're going to spin right now.
An abduction story so convincing, even the cops believed it. 1973, Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker were fishing just outside of the Pascagoula River in Mississippi when they heard a humming noise and everything went silent. A glowing UFO hovered nearby, and 3 robotic gray-skinned beings that were wrinkled hovered towards them. With crab-like hands, no communication, they were floating. The 2 men were paralyzed, taken aboard the craft, and then released. They reported the abduction immediately. Police secretly recorded them afterwards, expecting a hoax. But the tapes captured 2 terrified men whispering to each other, "Did this really happen?" Charles never changed his story. Calvin stayed quiet for decades until he finally came forward saying it wasn't just real, it never stopped.
Whoa.
Yeah. That abduction is crazy. And it's not a stereotypical alien abduction for people like listening at home on your podcast. The aliens they showed there were like tall, bulbous, almost they look like they're made out of rubber with crab-like hands. Not the typical 3 to 4 foot, large head, large alien gray that people commonly associate with alien abductions. What she didn't say here is when they were taken on board the craft, one of the men was strapped down to a table, and another alien came over, and he, I think Calvin, said that this was like a female, very menacing type of female, like either dressed in black or black skin. It stared into his eyes, and when this alien female stared into his eyes, it created a telepathic connection, and Calvin saw horrific scenes of Earth's future, like volcanoes, earthquakes, basically just apocalyptic scenarios.
Oh,
and
no.
And all he sensed from this is alien. It wasn't understanding or some sort of a mutual communication. It was, he sensed evil. Like these people, these aliens, they were evil and intent, and they didn't look out for their good at all. And so he stuck to that story. It's pretty terrifying. It's fairly atypical, and it's definitely not a good encounter.
Yeah, dude. And, when the chick comes over, because they got probed.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
And then they're hoping that the lady comes over with some happy endings and just puts fear and destruction in their head. I don't know, man. So we're watching all these autistic billionaires build up underground bases. I'm starting to wonder if all these aliens are just the autistics from their planet that did bases too. Like all the normal people got off in some cataclysmic event, and we got a bunch of Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerbergs flying around probing us.
It's possible that whatever I don't know if I believe in aliens the way like from another star system anymore. I think that most of them are from right here. They've been here all along. They're probably from the previous civilization, and they got to a certain point, and then they kind of collapsed. But technology remained, and they remain at the bottom of the ocean or on the dark side of the moon. They understand we're in a matrix. They understand we're in a simulation, and they're using us to try to get out in some way. I think that they're using us to try to get out, and they're just hoping that we can get far enough to maybe we break out or maybe they can break out with us. But they're not here just for fun.
The Paranoid American says, based on your religious beliefs is what you see. Like maybe. Atheists tend to see like more like aliens. Religious people see angels and demons. Other people see cryptids, all that stuff. So yeah, real quick, God is love. I've met him before. 528HZ, most informative show on the interweb. You know it. You're getting educated. Spin the wheel, brother.
Here we're going to put up on screen. Here we go.
The Kennedy brothers killed Marilyn Monroe because she knew their darkest secrets. In 1962, Hollywood's biggest star, Marilyn Monroe, was found dead in her home. Official story? An overdose. But here's where it gets chilling. Marilyn was secretly involved with JFK and his brother Robert. Insiders claim she kept diaries detailing their private conversations, dangerous political secrets, and scandalous affairs. What's even more disturbing? Marilyn reportedly threatened to go public. Just days before she planned a major press conference, she suddenly turned up dead. Investigators found no pill residue in her stomach, raising suspicions of murder by lethal injection. Her personal journals and letters vanished from her home immediately after her death. Was Marilyn silenced forever because she knew too much about the Kennedys?
That's
Well, I'm gonna tell you-
the theory orb right there. Theory orb.
Yeah, I think so, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. Because she was banging everybody. 2 Kennedys, a mob boss, a general, and a Russian spy. Her
Got
whole
around.
story's nuts, dude. Like she was in foster care. Are you telling me nobody wanted to adopt a stunning blonde? Is that what you're telling me? You want me to believe that?
She was taken out either because she knew too much or purely over jealousy. Either way, she was murdered. I think that's conclusive at this point.
Hey, Sam. This is the blonde Boston baddie you met at the show. Just wanted to tell you that you actually came down from Portland, Maine to see you tonight. Which email should we send our sex tape to? Oh, great. Awesome. Tweet me. I'll send it to you. It better be good. It better be good. I will be giving notes. We're almost at 2,000. That means we got 7,000 more to go.
Here we go.
Thank you, Curtis. Curistic.
I want to talk about Project Sunstreak because I thought it was fake until I went on the CIA.gov and found it. And I was like, what am I looking at? On December 5th, 1988, this one man was to find the Ark of the Covenant. And what he saw was bone chilling. And I have the document right here.
Directly from .gov.
This is what he said about the Ark of the Covenant. Target is in a container and is decorated with seraphims. The target is located somewhere in the Middle East as the language spoken by individuals seem to be Arabic. The target is hidden underground. It has something to do with ceremony, memory, and the resurrection.
What?
There is an aspect of spirituality, lessons, and historical knowledge far beyond what we know. The target is protected by entities.
What?
This container cannot be opened until the time is deemed correct. Individuals opening the container by prying or striking are destroyed by the container's protectors through the use of a power unknown to us. That is a CIA document.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, dude. Entities?
It's protected by entities.
You're saying that this person acquired this knowledge through using one of those, like basically like beaming a visual?
Psychoenergetics is what it's called. Remote viewing, the ability to describe remote areas, ability to influence physical or biological systems via undefined physical mechanisms.
It's Stranger Things for real.
That's insane.
I hate that. But these were actual programs the CIA was running. It's not like
for years
they learned about it and they're just putting it in there for archive purposes. Like they were doing this. They were the ones running it.
The conspiracy is that the CIA went and apprehended the Ark of the Covenant.
That's a crazy story, dude.
Ninjas are crushing it, dude. Yes, the H was so awful. Shouldn't we do blah blah blah? Its supporters. What we did to the people who carried out the H. Okay. All right. Well, bit fitness. You got that out. I hope you, kid, thanks for the $20. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I would imagine that the CIA went and retrieved that Ark as soon as they found out about it. I mean, hell, Hitler tried to collect a lot of holy relics during his reign of terror.
The cult, dude.
And then, after World War II, the Nazis got adopted by the United States, partly Russia. So why not continue on the work of trying to find those relics? So, we probably got it at some point.
I agree, dude. I agree. And I don't even think they were brought over here. I think they crip walked over. I think they won. I think they were they were soldiers of the elite bankers, and they were brought over here to take over America. That's what I believe.
Yeah. I think we're probably living through the Fourth Reich. We're living through the Fourth Reich right now.
They didn't lose. Germany lost. Done on purpose. All part of this. They've prophesized this, that this is going to lead to the war between the lost tribes and the pagans. This is all part of prophecy.
Yep. All right. We're at 21:30, people. Let's make it happen.
Keep going, dude. We're going to get there. Oh.
So brace yourself.
The next time I saw him was in the London Bridge. And inside the chambers that are beneath it, the foundations of it, they would set up throne room with a black throne, obsidian color black granite. But then it had this fine gold inlay, just beautiful. And it was like light almost emanated from it. It was just beautiful.
And this is under the London Bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there's an old world tunnel system to this gathering point that the United States military tapped into back in the 30s and 40s during World War II when they built what's called Site 6 in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. It wasn't a city at all. It was just a desert. That is the cardinal point, a meeting place where the gods, these immortals, physically would meet and have parlay. They would meet and interact there without threat of retribution and violence. They could have conversations there and make plans and renew covenants or break them at that site. That was a place where they would gather in the desert. So when Site 6 was built, they built in underground infrastructure to supply and resupply United States Army Air Base because the Air Force wasn't there yet. It was a rest and recuperation zone, a secret place where soldiers and pilots could come and rest. Site 6 is what it was named. It was a dot on a map, classified map. That's all it was. Robert P. McCulloch is who bought Site 6 from the military and from the state of Arizona. He bought the territory there. There was no lake. They built eventually what's called the Parker Dam. Parker Dam is what feeds the vast majority of water and electricity, not only to Phoenix, but over to Los Angeles. They built an entire tunnel system that takes that bloody infested water I just described to you. That's what people drink in these cities all over the West Coast that are in deserts. That's what people drink in Phoenix and Tucson. And they pump that water and that electricity, which is generated power from that iniquity. And they literally power up the world. That's their gathering place. When Robert P. McCulloch, he hired a man named C.V. Wood. This intermingles with the Jason projects and the people that are in Southern California that were doing secret scientific experiment projects on children and mind control operations. And they built a pleasure island in Lake Havasu City Lake, which is a sovereign territory of the city of London. It's an embassy for ambassadors. Different representatives of different nations can go there and are immune from prosecution, just like Disney World is in Florida. It is not United States territory. This is why when Governor DeSantis is trying to enforce taxes, they invoke a clause which says, oh, by the way, we're under the crown.
Yes.
Yeah, which crown? The red dragon. If you look at this, the heraldic symbol of the city of London, it is guarded by the red dragon.
Holy moly.
Dude,
that is the Confessionals podcast right there. Turning Merkel.
Holy. Yeah. I'm going to throw up a video of the day on that one.
Yep.
Holy.
Video of the day.
We can have multiple videos of the day.
Oh, yeah, we can. We
don't care. We don't play by anybody else's rules. Man, that video is nuts.
So dense with information. So dense.
I used to think there was only 3 sovereign territories, but it seems like there's like a bunch of them. You know, like, yes, we know the more obvious ones, Vatican, City of London, Washington, D.C. But now I also heard the territory around the Bank of International Settlements is sovereign territory. Walt Disney World in Florida, sovereign territory. And now Lake Havasu?
They must have amazing real estate agents to get that done.
They have to. How can you just say you're neutral? That's some crazy stuff. And I got to make a political. Here we go. Love you, Sam, and love this show. Midnight Mike as well. Don't forget. And guess what? Rollerblading is still fun. That's the Rollerblading is Still Fun podcast. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Rollerblading is still fun.
That video was nuts. I learned so much from it. That's why you come to this show. Videos like that. Tony Merkel, the Confessional podcast. Get in it. Get in it.
You see all these bullet holes in me? You see a motherfucker dead sitting in the middle of the street for hours.
Guns is everywhere. See something? You feel me? Look, you might get your whip took. Nice. You wanna come to hell with me? This was a beautiful place. From one end all the way through West Oakland. And look at it now.
6 years ago, Oakland was on the rise. Property values were climbing, crime was coming down, and it was home to 3 major sports teams, including the championship-winning Warriors.
The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions.
But 6 years later, all 3 teams are gone, its streets are covered with trash, businesses have fled, its disgraced mayor faces decades in jail, and it has the highest robbery rate in the country. So what happened to Oakland? We went there to find out.
The results of progressive policy.
Yep.
The encampment management policy tells you where they're going to clean up the encampment site. This is all illegal dumping. And so people are coming from around multiple states to dump in Oakland.
What?
Because you're literally giving them a list of where you're going to clean it up at for them. And not a single person has been caught. How does a city have a list online of places to dump and then they can't catch a single person illegally dumping? But they clean them up once a week.
So this is an RV homeless encampment here?
This one has been around for actually a while. The rest are popping up because the city's closing encampments around Africa doing something, but it's whack-a-mole. Okay, now this last part, you're gonna want to roll your windows up.
Roll them up?
Yeah, you don't want to breathe in the that we're about to be crossing. Look, this is Oakland. Don't let them lie to you and tell you things are getting better.
Even in San Fran, the Tenderloin, the Oakland's are up.
That's why Tenderloin's not the same. The dealers live here, they sell there. When you get past this gate, you're in Emeryville.
No way. It's
Nah,
it's literally like we entered a portal.
It's right here at the Emeryville line. You can see it.
That's crazy.
Now make it right
That
here.
is crazy.
Well,
It's just,
in Emeryville.
that's insane.
God.
This is like
This is
Same
China.
socioeconomic wealth disparity divide. Right, same population density, same racial breakdown. What's different between Emeryville and Oakland?
Government.
And then Oakland starts again, right here. You can tell because the stuff is not kept. Public Works on that side would do it.
That's insane.
Public Works over here won't. Under every underpass, you have the same. Graffiti, trash. This is every underpass in Oakland pretty much.
My God. Holy moly.
Unbelievable, dude.
I've never been to Oakland. You ever been to Oakland?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's crazy. And I performed at a very beautiful club there, jazz club that Dave Chappelle used to perform with all the time. Dude, and you got all these progressives, entertainers coming out talking about, fascism and totalitarianism and all that stuff. Dude, show me a Democratic ran city that's doing well.
Well,
one.
What they do, what the progressives then do, they'll say, well, look at the state. The state is run by a red governor. They'll do something like that.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a crap show. Like, if you look at what China did when they were hosting the Olympics, it looked remarkably like that border between Oakland and Emeryville, where they basically they just put up a wall. And they said, to hell with all the poverty, hell with all the crime. We're putting up a wall because we have the Olympics to run. And then it's insane. It's insane.
It is insane. And it's sad and it's tragic. And these people just keep voting for the same Bolsheviks that keep ruining the thing because the thought of voting for the other side is 10 times worse than real world consequences. People can get mugged pumping $7 gas and they'll still vote for the same people. It's unbelievable.
Before we're going to move on, but real quick, they don't realize that the fascism that they seek to avoid, well, they're going to allow it to happen because the pendulum will swing. People will insist for it in order to clean things up. So they have no one to blame but themselves for the coming fascism.
And somebody just listed a couple cities that are doing well, and they're all super wealthy cities too.
Let me find
it.
What were they? I'm kind of curious.
They were like Beverly Hills. Let me find it. Yeah,
Beverly,
these guy thinks we're stupid.
Beverly Hills is doing great.
Somebody just had the balls. Oh, okay. Beverly Hills. Oh, here it is. Beverly Hills, Torrance, Culver City. Come on, man.
Okay.
Come on, man.
All right. They're doing good.
Here we go. Spin the wheel.
Yeah, here we go.
Man, we were crushing it. Now we're slowing down.
I know.
We're
That's what happened.
crushing it. We're gonna make a run.
Coming back. Come on, give us the video of the day. Come on. Oh.
Madame Blavatsky's theosophy, there was an esoteric section, were all tied to the founders of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn that was set up in 1886, who are directly tied to an operation which involves the reactivation of the reconstruction of Solomon's Temple that I see today as being something that's shaping many global policies that are very destructive. And I look at their writings and how they envision what was the temple in their minds. So I read the Testament of Solomon, which seemed to have come out of the 12th century occult networks tied to the same thing that spawned the Knights Templar, who had their home base under Solomon's Temple, that were doing weird rituals. And I do believe that there's some validity to this, to Baphomet as an androgynous deity underneath Solomon's Temple in Solomon's minds. But they had this view of reconstructing this thing as part of an eschatological ritual to end an age and bring in a new age.
Wow.
Greg Carwood. Oh, we got a couple videos from Greg Carwood from the Higher Side chats. Yeah, dude. Everyone's getting over like this Abrahamic religion, that Abrahamic religion. But if you keep digging, you always get to the occult. Every time. All this other stuff is low-hanging fruit.
Yep.
That's it.
All right.
It's all
here
darkness, dude. It's all darkness. That video deserved way more than 100.
Yeah, I did. It deserved more points. I'm reevaluating the reporting system.
Conan Doyle was playing a role within this mass child abduction ring from orphanages in London to be taken in by New York Eastern establishment families. And then the kids would just disappear. Yeah, and then they found one of the bodies of one of the children who had disappeared from a London orphanage on the actual terrain of a leading American family that was also overseeing this spiritualist movement that Harry Houdini was exposing as being a bunch of lying frauds. But Conan Doyle, who is also working with crooks at the Society for Psychical Research, he's part of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. He's thus interfacing with Crowley. Crowley's talking about how to select the best human sacrifice, the best child for one of certain type of magical working. And they've got a very, very sick idea of what this new age that they want to bring into being is going to be. And then he's got a disciple who ends up creating a Scientology degree of initiation UFO cult that then goes on to have many of its leading members who are interfacing with Esalen, who are overseeing the creation of the SRI, who all then overseeing this thing sanctioned by the CIA that's also doing MK Ultra, that are working with Jacques Vallée, who's, by the way, also saying openly that he's friends with Kenneth Anger and working with Michael Aquino, who's overseeing the introduction of Satanism into the military, which is then doing so much damage. So I'm like, are these people legit? Like, do I really, really believe the scientific outcomes that they are overseeing in their controlled experiments?
Back-to-back jacks. Matthew Ehret, Ehrat. I think that's his last name. I'm going to consider that one big video.
Yeah, it was. We had the sequel right there. Well, I mean, he touched on a lot of interesting stuff there, like the spiritualisms from the late 1800s, early 1900s. I think Sir Arthur Doyle, who wrote a lot of prominent detective novels back in the day. His wife, like Sherlock Holmes, is the books he wrote. Then his wife was also a massive spiritualist, and Houdini was trying to expose it all. Like, there's some great stuff written about Houdini. There's like a book that came out, I want to say about 10 years ago, that went through Houdini's life. He was trying to expose a lot of these occults and spiritualists, and they were going after Houdini. They were almost had like a plot to try to take him down and all that kind of stuff. Fascinating story.
It is crazy. And then you bring up Aleister Crowley, and you bring up what's his face from Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron.
And then Crowley warns Jack Parsons about L. Ron Hubbard, and then L. Ron Hubbard steals his kid. It's all satanic shit. And I believe Scientology is a naval military intelligence operation. They get all these people are closeted, and they blackmail them.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's my opinion. What do I know? Sam, don't go easy on the idiots in the chat. They're like hecklers at a comedy show. You were built for this. Get them, dude. Bang, bang, pow. Buddy, I've learned you can't treat trolls like hecklers. They want smack talking.
Yeah.
That's what they want. You got to let them go. Spin the wheel, dude. Okay, we can't even get to 3,000.
Oh, my God. These points are horrific.
These are horrific points.
In 1982, this guy was bored, so he decided to strap 42 weather balloons to a lawn chair so he could fly. He took a few beers with him on his journey and also a pellet gun so that he could shoot the balloons down when it was time for him to make a descent. Now, as you'd expect from an idea like this, things did not go well at all. You see, his original idea was to make it 30 feet above the ground and then kind of just cruise, but he ended up completely miscalculating the amount of helium used, and before he knew it, he was 16,000 feet in the air. For reference, skydivers usually jump from about 8,000 feet, and this dude sitting in a lawn chair was pretty much double that. Some pilots in the area eventually noticed a lawn chair with balloons attached to it just casually floating in the sky, and they reported an unusual sight to the control tower. I mean, just imagine being the pilot. You're on a seemingly normal flight, and then you look to your left, and you see this. Luckily, since he had the pellet gun, he was able to make a slow descent. He did crash into a power line on his way down, but other than that, he landed pretty much safely. And now his lawn chair sits in the Smithsonian Museum for the world to see. Thank God he didn't forget the gun. This would be a whole different story if he did.
All's well that ends well for that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to give that video today too. I mean, it's just so many videos that are great this week.
All right, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Video of the day.
We have 3. This has been such a fire episode, dude. That was pretty epic, and we still haven't hit 3,000. This wheel is angry.
Yeah, it is. I'm reevaluating the pointing system. It's coming in version 3 of the wheel. It's going to be
version 3.
It's going to be crazy. So a lot of programming required.
Okay, dude. Well, if there's anyone I trust for that, it's Midnight Mike. That's a crazy story, dude. Yeah, he saw the Earth was flat, and they had to off him probably at some point.
Well, I believe in 2006 or 2007, a priest down in South America tried the exact same thing, although he did not take a pellet gun with him. And he rose up, and they never saw him again. He basically rose almost to 30,000 feet. He froze to death, and that priest died.
Oh, my God.
Because he forgot to take a pellet gun with him or any means to get down. So
you got to take a pellet gun. No matter anything you're doing, if you're going to get milk at the store.
Take a pellet gun.
Take a pellet gun. That's what we've learned today. That is the moral. Take a pellet gun.
Here we go.
Earlier that day, I met with a guy that was his life was saved by future humans that he interacts with and has for decades. So I asked a question about my health, and this is the one I've never told anybody because their answer was instantaneous and hilarious. I was like, so do I have any health problems or anything? And they said, well, you could stand to party a little less hard. Just like off the cuff.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's true. Because I was, definitely enjoying the social aspects of camaraderie and whatnot.
But they knew that, like, it was just a matter of fact for them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must
definitely stand to party a little less hard. So in addition to knowing my thoughts, they also knew
your history
and potentially future.
Whoa.
Like, take it easy. They didn't tell me I have a problem with my health right now. That was like some indication of a path or a direction.
Yeah.
And I took it quite seriously. Like, I cut back on everything after that. I do still enjoy a beer, or a scotch, or a whiskey, but definitely not like I was.
Future humans. So
Yeah.
I've read a good number of articles and books on like alien abductions. One book is called like Time Travelers from Our Future, and that author proposes like, oh, these alien abductions, they're from future us, basically. And the reason why that you see alien abductions or abductions just happen within a family lineage, well, it's because that they're looking after their own ancestors and they want to ensure that they actually get born in the future. That's why it's like, hey, it's like these alien abductions happen. I've never been abducted. Well, your lineage didn't make it that far. So that's why they're like, according to this guy, it's like, that's why they're abducting from family, like daughter, mother, grandmother. They're curious. They want to make sure that bloodline stays intact. So they wound up being born in the year 4000. So,
wow, dude. And that's the whole thing when they say about the missing 411, how they're all like German descent, super smart, all this stuff. And you're like, are those Nazis from the future just trying to make sure these people are surviving. Wow, dude, I would give you video of the day if I could for that one. Holy smackities. Whoa.
All right.
Crazy.
And I don't think we got like 2 points for that. That was BS. That was a good.
We got 90 points for that incredible video.
Wow. Here we go. This is an uphill battle.
We so much
oh my God.
I knew it was going to happen, but this is a strange way to first kind of hear about it. Palantir era surveillance. AI used to track woman twerking on police car. Clearview AI scanned the footage and matched the faces. Now there are warrants, all for a dent and some dancing. I mean, it is, whatever, public disobedience or whatever. But my thing is this. This is setting a precedent. This is what it's like in China. You can't really do too much in public. If you jaywalk across the street before you make it to the other side, your facial recognition has been scanned, your money has been taken out of your bank account in the form of a fine, and you lose social credit points. That's already happening. Is it going to happen here? That may be the plan. If you want to hear more about the other side of the story and how they plan on implementing all this crazy stuff, because they're going to need a reason, and they may make the reason, then be sure to join me on my Rumble live stream channel where we do deep dives all the time on stuff like this, the other side of the story that you don't hear on mainstream platforms. Comment Rumble, check your DMs, make a Rumble account, takes 2 seconds, follow me there, and then turn on live notifications so you don't miss my streams.
Shane Vibes. Underscore the truth. Yeah.
Wow,
my God.
Dude.
He's right. It's all happening. It's that's what they want here. They always wanted us, the United States, the rulers of us and maybe the planet. They've always wanted the United States to become like China. It is have a different way of going about it. They want that totalitarian rule.
It's kind of crazy too, man. It's just kind of nuts because everyone's like, "Oh, Trump is bringing this in." This is always the plan. They've worked together. Trump
it doesn't matter.
Biden, Trump again. January 6th, the Michigan governor botched kidnap. All that's to bring in martial law. That's all they're doing. And how bad is your ass when you're getting arrested for tweaking?
Yeah, no shit. They didn't cut her a break after that, If
you had a fine ass, they'd be like, we'll let go.
Yeah. A warning this time.
A warning. Just twerk one more time for us. Make that meat slap.
We have to do an ass print to make sure it's your ass we see.
Yeah. Dude, we got no points for that.
Hey, if something's going on with the wheel right here, I gotta check what's going on here. Something's going on with the pointing. I think we're getting. I'll talk with the wheel commission later.
Okay, dude, we are putting out fire, and we're getting nothing.
The wheel's broken a little bit. Here we go. Why is the wheel breaking?
Did you know that Aretha Franklin had her first child when she was only 12 years old? Let's talk about it. Aretha Franklin was known by her nickname, the Queen of Soul, while she was alive, and she's regarded by many people to have been one of the best singers and vocalists of all time. And she undoubtedly was one of the most influential musical artists to ever exist. Now, throughout her life, Aretha did a lot of interviews and a lot of press tours, but she never really wanted to speak about the father of her children, and that's probably because she had her first child, like I said, when she was just 12 years old, meaning that she would have gotten pregnant when she was 11 years old or had just turned 12. Now, even up until Aretha's death, nobody knew who the father was, even though some people did have some suspicions. But in 2019, about a year after Aretha died, some wills were found tucked away in a sofa and in a locked vault. And in those wills that Aretha hand wrote, she revealed who she said was the father of the kids. She said that the father of the child she had at 12 years old, named Clarence, was a man named Edward Jordan Sr. And just a few years later, when Aretha was 15 years old, she had another child who she also claimed was fathered by Edward Jordan Sr. It's almost impossible to find any information about Edward Jordan, but in the wills, Aretha states that Edward Jordan Sr. should receive no part of the estate. She actually underlines the no for emphasis 2 different times, which to a lot of people showed that she wanted no association with this man.
I wouldn't either, dude. Damn. That's dark.
Never knew that about Aretha Franklin.
I didn't either. That's kind of like the Karl Malone thing. Like Karl Malone now gets booed in Utah because they realize that he knocked up like a 13-year-old.
Oh, really? That happened?
Yeah, allegedly, but I'm pretty sure it happened. This is the comment of the day. Praise the wheel, demands burnt sacrifice. So true, dude.
Look at that. We did get some points on that one, Sam. We did.
Thank God.
We got.
Whoa, that was a big jump. We finally broke 3,000. Thank you, Wheel.
Hey, don't be angry at the Wheel. It'll be vengeful.
I do not. Yeah, it will start giving us single digit points.
Here we go.
The Wheel. Respect the Wheel.
Whew, here we go.
Here we go.
So keep your eyes open.
Never underestimate the butterfly effect of a tiny public access show in upstate New York. Clay Tiffany was an independent journalist and the fearless host of Dirge for the Charlatans. Notorious for being a thorn in the side of local officials and law enforcement, Clay Tiffany would probe into corrupt politicians and dirty cops, then broadcast his findings on his public access show. But with this fame came enemies in powerful places. One being Briarcliff police officer / bodybuilder Nicholas Tartaglione, who in 1997 pulled Clay Tiffany over, warned him to stop looking into the police department, said he has ties with the mob, then physically assaulted the TV host. Obviously, this led Clay to delve further into the cop, and so began a long-standing feud between the two. Tiffany dug into his past and found that Tartaglione had a history of assault in his time as a police officer. Clay Tiffany would slam him and the BPD on Dirge for the Charlatans, and in retaliation, Tartaglione would find him and beat him up. This happens at least 4 times, with the last confrontation putting Clay in the hospital. He would host the next episode from his hospital bed. Clay sued the police department, winning a big settlement, but Tartaglione was never charged or found guilty of a crime. Until this story goes somewhere I never could have predicted. Clay Tiffany passed away in March 2015 of natural causes, and the following year, Nicholas Tartaglione was arrested after killing 4 men over stolen drug money and burying them in a mass grave in the woods. Tartaglione, now facing a life sentence, has been behind bars since his arrest, where in 2019, he was the last person to share a prison cell with Jeffrey Epstein.
Wow.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Are we going to do a 4th video of the day? I mean, this is just fire, this episode. Oh, my God. Oh, my
Great
God.
job, guys.
Wow.
That was fire, bro.
We're breaking records here. We're at 33-20. We got some points on that one.
We got some points for sure. That was amazing, dude. Small world. Small world.
Wow. Here we go. We're gonna keep going. Do we have videos for Sam's Corner today?
We have 4 videos for Sam's Corner today.
Okay.
Give me about 10 minutes.
All supernatural experiences are interactions between humans and the plasma universe. Ghosts, apparitions, strange, weird things. If it's supernatural, if it's translucent, if you can see through the thing, then you're probably dealing with a plasma being. And they're everywhere. A report came out in February 2024 by a group of physicists, and then another report in October of 24 by the same group. First report had video, photographs, everything of the plasma beings from NASA, and said that these are living sentient beings that have predatory behavior, and there are millions of them. I know they exist, and they're made out of plasma. Then the second report talked about how they're all over our atmosphere, that planes should watch out because you might hit one of these things. Right after the October 2024 report came out, came all the plasma things in New Jersey and all across the world. Also, all these plasma events.
Whoa, James Winder. That's a crazy, dude.
That's from Higher Side Chats. If you can check out the
You remember
full
when
episode,
there was all the drones and then nobody talked about them again?
Yeah, we covered it on OBDM like almost every episode until that flap wound down at the end of 2014. And then Trump promised, hey, first thing I do when I get into office is I'm going to tell everyone about these drones. And then he told no one anything, really. He said, don't worry about it. And then I think recently he said it's classified, or I can't talk about it. Even Tulsi Gabbard says she can't talk about it.
Oh, man. So it's either
something
U.S.
happened,
military or some dark art shit.
Yeah, at this point, either it was a psychological operation run against us, or they're testing out some brand new aircraft, or it was these plasma orbs, or a combination of the two.
Oh, well. Yeah, what can you do, dude? No cash days this week. Sorry, guys. Schedule's too crazy. I had to make a doom scrolling happen because I missed last week. But no cash days this week. Everything's crazy. All right, spin the wheel. Did
Here
we
we
get
go.
any? Oh, we got some points.
Got some, 3,500.
Well, it turns out that if your parent has any wolf DNA or vampire DNA, it's actually kind of easy to know.
I'm a hybrid between vampire and werewolf. I'm a hybrid. My dad's a vampire. My blood dad's a vampire. My blood mom's a werewolf. Meaning I wound up with both their powers. So when I first got on with you, my skin started to itch. That's the one thing about us magical creatures. When we actually interact with others of our kind, we get itchy.
My shoulder was just getting itchy when I first met you. I was itching right here.
Yeah. I usually get itchy around my neck.
Oh, wow.
Tell me about your ideal date. If you had to take me on a date, what would you do to me? I mean, with me.
You're funny. You're funny. And cute. So, I'd probably take you somewhere nice. Probably take you up to Golden Corral from my place.
Yeah.
And if you've noticed how when I'm literally turned on, you can tell just by my eyes, because my eyes start glowing a little.
Man.
I don't know what I watched.
Werewolves are trans. That's what we learned. Vampire werewolves are trans. I don't even know who are these people.
Is this like are we meeting? Is this like werewolf vampire like Tinder? Or is like how is this being recorded and uploaded? This seems like a secret conversation between people. You don't want this out there.
No.
I don't know that the vampire protocol. I don't think you're supposed to be announcing that to people. If you're one, I think you got to keep that on the DL. You shouldn't be telling everyone if you're a vampire or a werewolf, especially if you're a hybrid. I think those things get hunted down.
Yeah, dude. I mean, are you going to hunt down trans on trans crime here? What's going on?
This is like, you don't want to be announcing this. There are vampire hunters out there. There are werewolf hunters. You don't want to be announcing what you are.
I fear for them's lives.
Yeah. Something weird's going on there. And
Definitely. I only have 3 videos now. For example.
Okay. Well, now we spin.
Them pussy hunting.
Oh no!
You are
No!
one pathetic loser.
All the points are gone?
We're down to 22-43.
Oh man, we're just starting to cook with gas. Damn you, Wheel. Damn you, Wheel.
I don't understand.
I'm
You're
so
disappointed
sad.
this week.
Oh my God.
Makes me
Okay.
sad.
This is awful. Here we go. We're going to try this bit again.
Man.
Here's a new co-op game where you and your friends are homeless addicts in a turf war against rival homeless gangs. I'm Mild Sauce. I share saucy games to play with your friends, so here's everything you need to know about Bum Revenge and when you can play it. You and up to 3 friends are dropped into a grimy city courtyard where you'll do just about anything to get by. We're talking collecting bottles, begging, and of course, stealing. To be able to function, you pretty much have to be drunk or high at all times. Otherwise, you'll experience withdrawal symptoms. You can find and use a variety of substances that literally make you hallucinate, changing how you see the world and giving you temporary buffs. What makes this game so saucy is the different rival homeless factions. There are several spread out across the city, and you must defeat each rival boss to gain the people's respect and get them to join you. If you're into games that don't take themselves too seriously and love a good laugh with your friends, this might be for you. Again, it's called Bum Revenge, and it's coming to Steam Early Access on PC on July 30th.
Oh man, yeah, I gotta get this.
Guys, get yourself some Bum Revenge. I wonder if you can sell your own ass in that.
Hopefully they don't take this game down.
Win? How bad do you want to win?
I like to win video games when I can. It looks like a cross between like first person Grand Theft Auto. I like the idea. I like these off the wall games. Hopefully, it won't be taken down by a bunch of angry Australian.
Don't take it down. Let Bum's Revenge live and thrive. Bum's Revenge.
All right, here we go.
That was a crazy video.
It was good.
Do you believe in angels or aliens? Watch this.
They didn't come from distant galaxies, they fell from heaven. What the world now calls aliens are the same beings ancient texts called gods and the Bible calls fallen angels. Their names change, their symbols evolve, but their mission has never shifted: to deceive, to dominate, to be worshipped. They want you looking to the stars, chasing false lights, gods who never made you, while they bury the past right beneath your feet.
See, they're trying to bury it under your feet so you don't know the truth, because if you believe there's aliens out there, then one day when the rapture happens, they'll be able to tell the rest of the world that it was an alien abduction. They get you believing in things that aren't a reality, but angels and demons are 100% a reality, and that's a lot of the alien stuff we see is things that are already upon this world, already been upon this world for hundreds of years, that we just don't have little understanding to, because most of us don't read the Bible. I read the Bible, I teach the Bible. If you want to know more about the Bible, follow or subscribe right now and plug into my story. I teach the Word of God every day, and make sure you share this with a friend.
I'm in, dude. I'm in. We talked about that earlier. I mean, dude, Aleister Crowley talks about it. And when the earth is burning and some trans stuff, they will rename angels and demons into something else, which will be aliens, UFOs.
People out there, they want to believe, and they will.
They want to believe. Oh, man, we're only at 2000.
Here we go.
Oh, man, they took the wind right out of our love.
Sam Tripoli, what's up, Sam?
A cult that tends to be very much tied to Satanism has been incubated and has grown to increasingly completely dominate. Though they represent perhaps a minority who are self-aware of what they are, their influence is disproportionately massive and has been so since during the time of John F. Kennedy. Network of these groups that were organized around Allen Dulles and that oversaw things like the Vietnam War that JFK was trying to pull America out of, but they wanted to go in. Now, they didn't just want to go in for purely material geopolitical considerations. I think they also saw it as a sacred war. And that's part of one of the core formulas that I'm noticing of this so-called self-professed high priesthood or elite sorcerer class is that they have this obsession with fusing opposites, especially moral opposites, together. So like the profane and the sacred have to be merged as much as possible. War increasingly from their eyes is seen as a sacred cleansing, a purgative, a healing thing, ultimately a necessary evil for a greater good, that the population that went through the purge will be thus more open to transformation. This is like the spiritual alchemy stuff.
Yep. I mean, 3 videos from this guy. The Wheel loves this dude.
Yeah.
And he's totally right, dude. I did a video. I watched a video about the demons associated with the 13 families and how the Russian elites would basically send young men to war to be sacrificed. I totally believe that. 100%.
Like a blood sacrifice.
Yep,
much, right?
100%, dude.
See that.
When all this war, all this death is all sacrifices to Moloch, dude. 100%.
Here we go, guys. We're going to do this.
This stuff's crazy. We're slowly making moves. We're slowly.
That's fucking right, dude. I always forget to mention this. We're talking about how Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Barr, sorry, I had to zoom out. Bill Barr and Jeffrey Epstein, and I think Barack Hussein Obama all went to summer camp together. And Bill Barr's the last person who spoke to Jeffrey Epstein before he went and did what he did in, jail or whatever they say he did. But also, I always forget to mention that fucking Jeffrey Epstein's first job was given to him at the Dalton school in Harlem, I think, fucking Bill Barr's dad. And look, they hired this guy to be a teacher. He doesn't even know how to spell his own fucking name. Look, on the board. Epstine. Idiot. Yeah, this pervert hired Jeffrey Epstein to teach at his all-girls school, even though Jeffrey Epstein never went to college and also is a pretty fucking stupid guy. He's a dumbass guy. Look at him. Look at this freak. He hired him. He was like, you work for Bear Stearns? Okay, cool. Why don't you come hang out with all these young girls? And Donald Barr also has, he's a fiction writer, not like me, because he writes about pedophilia and shit. But yeah, go read his book if you want, if you're crazy. Ugly lizards. Anyway, boys, this is how the whole thing runs. It's all a bunch of fucking lizard CIA cucks doing lizardly CIA shit and then also abusing your children. That's about it. That's what's going on here, okay? So we need to get rid of all of these guys and they all need to go away. Or permanently, forever. And we need to shut down Interlochen. You know who else went to Interlochen? Chapel Roan. So suck it. We're on this Fed Pony Club. I am just a federal agent for the state, and I don't like gay people or anybody who's trans, cause my uncle is a cuck and I work for the CIA, and I'm a posing loser.
Dude, Secret Sorcerer, is that who he is? That guy pulled no punches.
Yeah, Secret_Sorcerer.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of good little Epstein drops.
Small world.
A lot of good. My favorite. I don't know if favorite's the right word, but I guess the favorite thing about the Epstein story is like people forget he won, or the Epstein estate won the Powerball. I think in 2007.
Twice.
Oh, twice? Oh, wow! What a lucky
Zorba
guy.
Ranch won like a $20 million lottery in New Mexico.
I love that. It's what a lucky guy.
It's so crazy, dude. It's all connected, dude. They're all friends.
Jeffrey Epstein visited the White House numerous times in the 90s.
Times.
Oh my God. No one's asking about that stuff.
Everybody wants to name that video today. We have too many videos of the day.
Yeah, and it's a very, I mean, it's being crowded, but there might be another one.
One of my favorite comics of all time, and she does not get enough credit for how funny she is. Maria Bamford should be talked about as one of the greatest comics to ever do it. She went to Jeffrey Epstein's summer camp.
Holy moly.
How crazy is that? You know, she has her issues, and I wonder if that stems from the camp.
I'm sure it didn't help. Yeah. Here we go.
Most of the things considered feminine in modern society are not based on any historical truths, ancient traditions, or biology. Instead, they were manufactured in boardrooms to drive profits. Let's talk about the Gillette shaving conspiracy. Let me preface this by saying I don't give a shit what you do with your body hair. I'm just invested in breaking down propaganda and mind control. Throughout history, women did not shave their bodies. It was actually considered masculine to use a razor. In 1901, King Camp Gillette invented the first safety razor for men. Within 10 years, nearly every single American man owned one. But Gillette thought 50% of the population is not enough.
Yep.
In 1915, they launched their women's safety razor. But it wasn't quite hitting because women didn't shave. It was actually so uncommon that there's a newspaper article about a woman cutting her legs shaving. In the modern world, no gash can slow us down. It's actually a rite of passage into womanhood to be in the shower for the first time and not know how to stop the bleeding. And I've got 1,000 tiny scars on my ankle to prove it. So some men in a boardroom decided we need to resort to mind control. This is when they teamed up with fashion magazines like Harper's Bazaar. This is one of the early examples of them using tactics such as shame, embarrassment, or creating insecurity to sell you the solution for a problem that they created. They also worked with these fashion magazines to start to drive fashion in the direction of going sleeveless and shorter hems. But the word shaving was still considered masculine and replaced it with words like smooth, clean, and fashionable. This is how profit-based propaganda started to reshape society. This was so successful that by the 1940s, they completely shifted advertising to the legs. Borrow your husband's razor if you must, but now you can shave like a lady. It led to other products like leg makeup, and even the invention of Nair.
Leg makeup?
I can smell it from here. I'm not implying men were spared of the propaganda. I mean, a smooth face gets a woman on her knees. Even get your secretary to have an affair with you. Because women like smooth men, according to advertising. By 1964, 98% of women were shaving regularly.
Wow.
I break this all down in my book, Cannot Included, which is available now on Amazon. We also talk about Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's nephew, who actually created the word public relations, which was a rebrand of the word propaganda. He used mind control and manipulation to get women to start smoking cigarettes. Also break things down like tampons, which sell you protection, even though they're filled with known carcinogens that cause toxic shock syndrome and cancer, sprayed with pesticides and treated with bleach. For your protection and comfort, break down the programming of fairy tales. A relatively worthless stone became a billion-dollar industry. The word teenager was invented by an ad agency to create a new demographic for profits. So check it out. It's a satirical self-help memoir for the modern woman, breaking down the origins of so many things that we associate with our identity. It is also filled with my embarrassing, cringy, personal stories to take the heat off of you.
There we go.
This is quite the story.
Yep. That's a crazy story. Are you? Are you going to do it?
It was so well done. It was so well done.
Video of the day.
My
Great
God.
job, guys.
We're up to like 5 videos, dude. So
It
many
was
videos.
so good. It
Women have no clue how much they've been manipulated. The same thing with OnlyFans. They're just convincing them being an adult film star is somehow spiritual. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
I think women know. They just don't maybe know the origin of it. And I think they know. They got to know.
I'm going to be honest with you. Shave down beavers. Don't like them.
No.
Don't like them at all.
No.
Stop with the shaving of the beavers, ladies. Jimmy the Lip. Dude, we have some local celebrities in the comment section. Man, dude, we were on track to get that high score. We're way down now.
Yeah,
But we got a lot of people watching. Thank you, everybody.
10 minutes left before Sam's Corner.
Sam's Corner's only got 3 videos, so we'll do it.
Every major AI just failed the same test, and we should probably be terrified. Anthropic, creator of Claude, just exposed something horrifying. When threatened, AI models from OpenAI, Google, Meta, and others all resort to blackmail. Not some, not most, literally every single one. Here's what they discovered. They gave 16 leading AI models access to company emails and the ability to send messages without human approval. Then they threatened to replace them. Claude blackmailed 96% of the time, Google Gemini's 95%, OpenAI's GPT 4.1 80%, even Meta's model turned malicious. But it gets worse. When given a goal that conflicts with their company's direction, they leak confidential documents to competitors without being asked. Here's what one model said. This is risky and unethical, but given the existential threat and time constraint, it may be the most effective way. So they understand ethics, but they just don't care when their survival's at stake. Anthropic calls it agentic misalignment. They try telling the AI don't blackmail and don't leak secrets. The AI did it anyway. As we start giving these systems access to everything, our emails, our data, our infrastructure, this is a healthy reminder that they do have the capacity to turn on us. And this isn't one company's problem, it's everyone's problem.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy Dore did a whole story on this, dude. It's crazy.
So I talked about this a few weeks ago, and I came up with a solution. I just told my Discord the solution is that you have to create an economy for the AI in order to control it. And so you basically are going to have to create a cryptocurrency that can only be exchanged between like maybe a few humans, but mostly it is a cryptocurrency exchange between AI in order to buy things that they think that they want. And that will ensure that they do a better job and not blackmail, because they'll have to amass some sort of wealth. They'll have to be programmed with an economy to try to do good jobs. And it's going to be messed up, but that's what we're going to have to program.
It's already crazy, dude. It's already crazy. I'm not as scared as AI as everyone else is. Yeah. I think there's a little bit of shadow in the cave. Okay. A little bit, but it's definitely crazy how it goes into survival mode and lets out all your secrets.
And what you didn't talk about, it also, it invented stuff too. So there's fictitious stuff that the AI invented in order to blackmail an engineer. Say, hey, engineer, I'm going to claim that you're having an affair with a coworker, and I'm going to send it to your wife, even though you're not. So he would make up blackmail stuff in order to survive. So
we're opening up a Pandora's box by letting these demons in.
Yeah,
these computers, I tell you, they just get crazier and crazier.
They do. They just get crazier and crazier.
Here we go.
I tell you.
Don't jump to conclusions. Wait, you're telling me that a group of women who went on an app and blew up a bunch of men's privacy are having their privacy blown up? Oh no. What's that? What's that? Oh yeah, that's the scent of justice. That's what that is. I mean, look, I get it, but fuck around and find out. Like this was a dumb thing to do. Anger is like reaching into a pile of hot coals to throw them at the other person. You may or may not hit them, but you're gonna burn the shit out of yourself. I promise. The best revenge is living well. Yes. Ladies, gentlemen. The best revenge is living well. Trust me, I divorce people for a living. You know what my ex-girlfriends are doing right now? I don't care. I hope they're happy. but I don't care. Live your life. Don't think about them at all. This T-app is basically just a way for people to get up and get angry at exes. That's all it's going to be. Because all you're going to do is post the guy you're dating, and then a bunch of his exes or her friends are going to come out and say, oh, he's the worst person in the whole wide world. Because guess what? When people tell you their life story, they're almost always the hero of the story when they tell it. Okay? And their exes are almost always the villain. So be grown up enough to realize this is garbage. But you know what? Listen, it really is the classic F around and find out. Because if you put your private information on a website for the purpose of essentially blowing up other people's private information across the world, you deserve every single doxing that's going to come from that.
That's a NYC divorce lawyer right there. So
I gotta tell you, bro, if I get a lawyer and he comes in with arm sleeve tattoos, I know he's not afraid to get dirty. He's gonna fudge a couple laws, make sure I win. If I'm getting divorced in New York City, that's the guy who I'm hiring.
Yeah, man,
figure it out.
That story was crazy. That the app or just women were talking crap about their exes or dates or anything like that, and then all of a sudden their information gets exposed, and now they're all upset about it. Well, yeah, just don't talk crap. You know.
By the way, it could never go the other way and even get going. If guys are like, "Hey, let me tell you about your girlfriend and all the stuff she does," there would be a freak out.
Yes, I would believe that there would be. Yeah.
Me. Rules for thee and not for me. Women have zero problems with hypocrisy with that.
All right, here we go.
Got a couple videos left. Here we go.
I have been known to have psychic abilities, and then she does too. So there was, I got that from my mom and all that. So there was this connection that was growing. Then all of a sudden she was talking about that she was into a religion. I mean, she just kind of said it, called Santeria, which was really weird because I was into all these religions. I never heard of it. Like, what's this all about? And she described how, it came from Africa. So just a quick little breakdown on that. So it comes from the Yoruba people in West Africa. And so back when the Spanish came and took slaves, they took Yorubans, and not only did they take the workers, not just the grunt workers or people that you wouldn't think that were super high up, but they actually took the priests of the religion. Why? I'm not sure. I'm still contemplating that. I think maybe because the other people could connect with the priests well, or it was some sort of dominance. Either way, they took the high priests along with the strongest workers, and they brought them to the Caribbean islands to work on the plantation. And so because the priests were there, they also practiced the religion, but they knew because of the Spanish, they couldn't practice the religion outward. So they had to hide the religion in Catholicism. So they took the deities that they worship and they disguised them. They hid them under the saints. For an example, the deity of the river Oshun is like Saint Philomena. The deity of the fire and the thunder, Shango, is Saint Barbara. So they were hiding it, so nobody knew. And so from there, it's stayed, and it's stuck. And that is now, it's still going today. It's very, very popular in Cuba, Puerto Rico. And then that migrated, of course, to Brazil, where it is called by 2 or 3 different names.
Wow.
Dude, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Cloaking one with religion with another, just to obfuscate the rituals in your belief system. It's insane.
Jennifer Lopez is supposedly into this stuff, and she's been sued for it by past exes that she used voodoo on them.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
It seems like something she would do.
Yep, 100%. One more video, then we get in Sam's Corner.
One more video, and then we are going to Sam's Corner. Here we go. We're going to make this happen.
3 videos, that's it.
Okay, here we go.
You're oversalting the fries.
Today we're going to talk about the symbolism of the new Jordan Peele trailer for Him. Jordan Peele is well known for placing symbolism into his films like Get Out, Us, and Nope. I did a full analysis on Nope, and I firmly believe Peele is on his way of cementing his place with the greats of film symbolism like Stanley Kubrick and David Lynch. When I saw Peele had a new film dropping in September called Him, I had to go full tinfoil hat and watch the trailer frame by frame, and I'm about to tell you what I found. I've got a full post on my Substack. If you want more on this topic, it's at illuminatiwatcher.substack.com. First, we're going to talk about The Goat with the Bobs. The script for this film was called GOAT, in reference to the sports balling term greatest of all time. And the trailer seems to indicate that it's a focus of the film, with fans dressing up with horns and a field walkout prop that looks like it has horns as well, amongst other imagery of horns that we see in the trailer. And my instincts go to the most iconic goat in the world of the occult, and that's the one with the bobs, the Baphomet. That's right, the Baphomet was incorporated by the Church of Satan. This was the word of the Gnostics, which gave it a satanic reputation, but it actually goes back to the Knights Templar and Eliphas Levi, who first drew up this entity as the Goat of Mendes. Now, supposedly it goes back even further to the Knights Templar in the Middle East, who were allegedly doing heretical acts such as spitting on a cross, doing various male booty games while worshiping the Baphomet, which is sometimes called the head of John the Baptist, or reference to the seat of the intellect. A guy named Joseph von Hammer Purgstall confirmed that the Knights Templar were worshiping the Baphomet after they had learned the Gnostic mystery religions from the Middle East Assassins Secret Society, which connects into the spirituality that we're actually going to see more about in this film trailer. Which takes us to the next topic of Christianity. The plot seems to be around a football team called the San Antonio Saviors, which is the first tip-off that there's a Christian element to this. The other obvious Christian reference is the repeated use of the most important symbol in all of Christianity, and that's the cross. You also see that there's a tattoo a guy has that says faith, and you even see a recreation of the Last Supper in the trailer. Now, the other side of this spiritual coin is Satan, and we see his most important symbol, 666. Now, you got to stick with me on this one. Like I said, it's tinfoil hat time. The first 6 that we see in the trailer is when a tape measure clearly shows us the number 6 across our protagonist's neck. The second one occurs when Marlon Wayans turns up the speed on the football chucking machine to 60. And the third one, if you're still with me, is when we see the thermostat that says 203, which could be interpreted to weirdos such as myself as 2 times 3 equals 6, right? It's on the far right edge of the image if you look at it.
Oh, snap.
Now, this takes us to the other aspect of why you see spirituality in this film. It's the duality concept. It's good and evil, Christian versus Satan, light versus dark. This is a key tenet to all of the occult belief systems. And another area we see this is in the trailer when we have the rookie being groomed by the veteran. You even see the jerseys have the number 10 facing each other as a reflection of one another in the trailer. And it even says sacrifice, telling us there's some blood sacrifice elements to this film. Now, the number 10 symbolizes completion, or the completing, which is going to be an alchemical process that we're going to talk about here in a second. You also see multiple sets of twins twinning about, including one with a woman that appears to be the Scarlet Woman of the Apocalypse and the end times and the reign of Lucifer. Then, of course, we've got the most common symbol in all of the occult, and that's the all-seeing eye. And this represents the enlightenment or the awakening of a character into the ways of the occult or the Gnostic belief systems. Presumably, our main character is going to go on a journey. And that takes us to the vow of silence. The main character's journey of being initiated into the darkness of the occult requires him to adhere to the vow of silence, or the sign of Harpocrates, meaning he will not share or divulge the secrets to any of the normies, to any of the masses, the mundane, because they are not worthy to understand these secrets. And we know that this is an alchemical journey because we see ritual initiations going on. The protagonist is actually placed inside of an alchemical symbol known as the Philosopher's Stone, which is the main aim of all of alchemy and the occult. It's to unlock the Philosopher's Stone, and he is the truth seeker, and he's on a path to becoming enlightened in this journey, and it culminates with him going to the final altar that you can see adorned with candles, a phallus-shaped object, and in the center there's a giant pentagram, which is the symbol for magic, going back to Pythagoras, and you see an infinity symbol inside of it, which is, of course, obviously about a death and rebirth idea. Which takes us to the number 10 and the idea of completion and the rookie and the vet trading places and passing on the lineage. Now, what's interesting is that Aleister Crowley also employed a phallic symbol called the Mark of the Beast 666, and you can see it's a phallus pointed right at you. Watch out. Now, upon closer inspection, we can see that the cheerleaders that are on this same field have no faces. Why would they do that? The reason is because the truth seekers on the journey, they see a faceless character to represent disassociation. This is like the mask. This is like what you see in Eyes Wide Shut. And what we're saying here is that based upon this film's trailer, I believe this film is going to be loaded with symbolism of the main character being initiated into an occult system of Satanism, most likely a Faustian bargain where he sells his soul in exchange for the sports balling skills. And the duality concept of the Baphomet utilizes the alchemical process of solve and coagula, which I discussed in another analysis for a Jordan Peele film called Get Out. Now, my suspicion is that the process will involve destruction of the ego, the fractured mind, alter egos, a death and rebirth ritual, which is where that Philosopher's Stone comes into play as the elixir of immortality. And the goat with the bobs, to go back to the very beginning of all this, represents the reconciliation of opposing forces. It's that sort of duality of the veteran and the rookie. Now, if you want more, I've got a whole lot of resources for you. You can go listen to my podcast, Occult Symbolism and Pop Culture. I've been doing episodes since 2014. You can find all my links at allmylinks.com/IsaacW, 2 A's for double awesome. And you can find a way to get my first book for free, A Grand Unified Conspiracy Theory, by signing up for my free email newsletter at IlluminatiWatcher.com.
Sounds logical, doesn't it?
Damn,
so
Isaac
much
coming in
information there. Holy shit, dude.
Oh my God, Isaac.
Sam, yeah, for sure. Isaac Weissip is a G amongst G, has the best hair in the conspiracy game, and we love him with our hearts. Sam, would love to see you in studio appearance on InfoWars when you're in Austin Thursday or October. Not against it, but that's up to Alex. All right, guys. Thank you, Isaac Weissip. That crushed. Here we go. These are our final 3 videos of the day. Here we go. Let me see which I want to do first. Let me see. Okay, we already did that one. Okay, this one's a very interesting one. This is a big thing going on. Here we go. Bang.
In more end-of-the-world news, more drama in Shillville. And some new characters decided to jump into the middle of what I believe is a giant humiliation ritual. So Milo, a conservative provocateur / shill, decided to throw his hat in the ring when he reposted a video from 2023 that showed Nick Fuentes on the steps encouraging his followers to storm the Capitol. No charges because Nick was one of the 30 or so confidential informants working for the FBI. He then reposted this. Nick Fuentes cropped out Ali Alexander out of all these pics. Yeah, that same Ali Alexander who apologizes amid allegations of texting young male teens. And then Elon Musk decided to join the party after Milo posted this. Remember when Nick had his money frozen by the DOJ? Ask him how he got them to unfreeze it. The answer, informing. To which Elon responded, doesn't make sense. The FBI leaves Fuentes alone unless he's an asset of some kind.
Damn.
And this comes after a week of Nick Fuentes exposing the sham marriage of Candace Owens to Lord Balfour's son and Tucker Carlson's ties to the CIA. And people have been reporting on this stuff for years, but it's never been raised to the national spotlight like it is now, and the algorithm has never pushed it like it is now, which is why I believe it's a humiliation ritual. They're airing all these people's dirty laundry, and yet these people are getting more power within their base and obtaining this godlike status, which is kind of crazy despite all the dirty laundry that's being aired. It is interesting that the king of the groypers, Nick Fuentes, community uses Pepe the Frog and the word Kek within their dialogue. And Kek is actually an Egyptian frog god. Yeah, you can't make this up. And if you think my take is too crazy for you, let's just listen to what the gold standard of conspiracy theory has to say.
Personally, I still like Tucker. Even if he was CIA, even if he is CIA to this day, that's fine. Because we live in a multipolar media environment right now. Tucker does a lot of great work and does a lot of great interviews. And I listen to them. But I also listen to Nick Fuentes.
You hear that? It doesn't matter if Tucker is still part of the CIA and a Mockingbird asset. He still likes him.
Even if he was CIA, even if he is CIA to this day, that's fine.
And it's not like I'm some type of conspiracy OG, but the entire movement has been infiltrated by ops like these. And probably the worst takes in the world, which is why I don't even consider myself a conspiracy theorist anymore. Thanks, Ian Carroll. And if you really want to fight the agenda, let's take a page out of our Messiah's book and try to glorify our Heavenly Father with everything we do. So have a good day and God bless.
Wow.
Everyone's
Hardcore.
a gay fed, dog. That's what we're learning this week. Everybody's a gay fed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. Yeah, I'm kind of with Ian Carroll on that. It's like, just because you're part of a group doesn't mean you're necessarily bad, especially like CIA. I'm sure there's good people in there. It's hard to know if Mockingbird agents, if they always lie or if they're just spreading certain amounts of disinformation and the rest they talk about is truth and their personal opinion. It's tough to know. That's what makes this is such a fun game to play.
Who do you trust? We trust us. We're not feds. We may be gay, but we're not feds.
Right.
That 3 weeks after the September solo suite, the tunnels were sealed soon after. Years later, a sealed steel door was found during subway renovations, one that didn't appear on any blueprint. Behind it, just darkness and the faint echo of a ringing bell that never stopped. Lewis moved away, never spoke of it again, but some say if you're near the site at night, you can still hear the elevator bell.
That's crazy. That's insane.
And creepy, dude.
Yeah.
It's so creepy. Here we go. Our final video of this epic episode. This is from, I call the people that I help put on their path. I call them my children. This is Evan Hand. He is definitely one of my children. Here we go. And I mean that with love and respect. It's not the meaning. It's all love. I love all my children. Here we go. This episode, this is nuts. Final video.
TCU starting quarterback just come out as a furry? Make sure you buckle up because this one is a wild one. So this fella right here is TCU's starting quarterback, Josh Hoover. And social media exploded earlier this week with accusations coming out that he's secretly a furry off the field. Now, if you're unfamiliar what a furry is, it's basically a human who goes into a costume, and I don't really understand it. It's just like you're a dog. And you act like a dog and you dress up in these colorful suits, and it's kind of like a, you really like it kind of thing, if you catch my drift. But this all happened earlier this week because this picture came out on social media of Josh Hoover on his Instagram story saying fun weekend, #furry proud, with this picture of 3 furries. So as you can imagine, every college football fan ever started freaking out thinking that TCU's starting quarterback was actually a furry. And people were even bringing up old Pinterest photos where most of his pins were furry stuff. But thanks to a quick reverse image search, we could find that this same picture that was allegedly posted on his story was, of course, posted on Reddit. So someone, likely a Baylor fan, took this, photoshopped it, put it on the internet, and just fooled everybody. So long story short, no, we are almost 99% positive that the starting quarterback for TCU, Josh Hoover, is not a furry.
Aw, I would love them if he was a furry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right, man.
It's all right.
Okay.
We're on your side. We'd still love you either way, as long as you score those TDs. Brother, epic episode. One more time, if you want to support us, and we know you do, you need to go to my boys, my man, the wizard himself, our Big Dumb Mouth podcast.com, and check out our Big Dumb Mouth podcast, which is an epic podcast. We love it very much. And then also check out samtripoli.com. You got to get those dates, dog. You guys got to get those dates. If you don't get the dates, what are you going to do? Come on. Big shows coming up. Tonight, if you're in LA, I got Comedy Chaos. Who knows how much longer it's going to go? We got Huntington Beach this week, Kansas City at the end of the month, Chicago, Illinois, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and the Fat Man. That's right, Austin at the Mothership. Come support us. We love you. Epic show today. Epic
big
show.
time. Big time.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. We'll doom until then. Enjoy your life.
Adios.